A pair of conflicting rulings pit a Trump-appointed judge in Texas against an Obama-appointed judge in Washington state over abortion. The rulings have made it uncertain whether Americans will have access to an abortion pill, which has been on the market for more than 2 decades. Skylar Henry is at the Supreme Court with more on the legal and political consequences of the rulings.
The Biden administration says it will appeal a conservative federal judge's ruling which suspends FDA approval for the abortion pill mifepristone.
If a judge decides to substitute his preference, his personal opinion, for that of scientists and medical professionals, what drug isn't subject to some kind of legal challenge? So we have to go to court.
Protests erupted over the weekend following Judge Matthew Kaczmarek's decision. The Texas judge ruled that the FDA improperly approved mifepristone 23 years ago, ignoring legitimate safety concerns about the drug.
We think that the judge totally got it right. The FDA has to go back. It has to be transparent with the public about the studies that it relied on to make its decisions, and it's got to follow the science.
The FDA insists its procedures followed scientific process and says in the 23 years since the drug's approval, serious side effects are very rare. Just after the Texas ruling, a federal judge in Washington, appointed by former President Barack Obama, blocked any changes to mifepristone's availability in 17 states and the District of Columbia, where Democrats sued. The conflicting ruling set up a potential fast track to the Supreme Court, where nationwide access to the drug could be on the line. The Biden administration says it's confident it'll win, even with a conservative majority.
I don't care who the 9 justices are on the Supreme Court or any court of appeal. They should be able to discern the difference between inserting their personal judgment and using the facts and evidence to make a legal ruling.
We can win this issue at the ballot box if we show up with reasonable positions. If we have our head in the sand, we're going to lose.
The court cases all but ensure that abortion rights will be a hot topic in next year's presidential election. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.